Are you wondering what happened with Marin County homes in February? Well, I've got the freshest market stats hot off the press. And guess what? There's actually good news for buyers and for sellers in this report. So stick around. You do not want to miss this. So let's get to it. I'm Karrie Hill, lawyer turned realtor, and I love to help people just like you buy or sell any home in Marin. Just book a free video call consultation by hitting the link in the description below. Or if that doesn't work for you, just email me. California market news. All right, let's start with the bigger picture. California's housing market. Right now, mortgage rates are still calling the shots, and 2025 kicked off a little slow as those rates stayed elevated. But here's where it gets interesting. Housing supply jumped more than expected last month. That means more homes, more choices, and possibly slower price growth, providing a little breathing room for buyers. Of course, the market is still wrestling with economic uncertainty, policy shifts, and general buyer hesitation. But with competition expected to pick up in the spring, the typical buying season, it's safe to say that the next few months are going to be very interesting. Homes that sold in February. Now let's talk Marin County sales. Here's what went down last month. 99 homes sold, and 41 of those sold below list price, averaging 11% below. 13 sold right at list price, and 45 sold above list price, averaging 9% over. Compared to last month, more homes are selling above list and fewer are selling below. That's a major shift. Spring is officially waking up the Marin market, and if past trends hold, we're headed into the strongest selling season of the year. And by the way, if you want to see exactly this list of Marin homes that sold last month, complete with how they stack up from the highest price over list to the lowest priced under list, information you won't find anywhere else, use the link below. And I have a bunch more freebies in that description below, so check them out. On to the charts. Okay, so we're starting with inventory. The tall light green bars, that is the inventory in Marin, so you can see how that's been changing over time. The dark green bars, the little ones, those are the actual homes that sold, and the blue line are the new listings. So as you can see, most of these numbers are way up down here. The only thing that's not way up are the new listings. And the new listings, frankly, this number right here, 159, was showing as 98 just last month. So they either revised this number or this is just plain wrong. My guess is it might be wrong because I would expect a steady rise in new listings during this period of time rather than a big rise and a drop. But anyway, this isn't really about new listings that we're into here. We're trying to find out, are there more homes on the market now, which may lead to more choices for buyers as well as potentially lower prices over time. Not necessarily right now. Leading into spring is usually just a hot market where prices go up, not down. But you can see that my favorite numbers here, which are the quarterly changes, as far as inventory is compared to this time last year for a whole quarter, it's up 37.5%. So that's pretty significant. You can also see the changes here in the current month over last year's this time of the year, also up high, or the month over month. So it is true that the for sale homes are generally up when compared to the previous month because things start to heat up here after the holidays. And I can see right now looking at these numbers that this one's not correct because this is supposed to be the same month, this February essentially compared to last year February, but there weren't this amount of homes that sold. So the correct numbers here are these quarterly numbers and this up 37.5% for the for sale home homes, and it's also showing that new listings are down 15%, which is a bit interesting. That's the whole quarter compared to last year at this time. And the more interesting part, again, is that the sold homes are up when looking at the whole quarter. Bottom line, inventory is up. And here are the numbers for days on market. That is these orange bars here. It went down, happens every year. You can see it over here too, although it didn't go down as much last year as it did this year. And that represents from month to month a decrease on days on market of down 28%. But what's the more interesting number? Remember that quarterly one. So for the quarterly one, it's actually up 1.7%. And that would suggest that the market as a whole for the whole quarter compared to last year is a little slower than it was before. Also here, this red line up here is the sales price over the list price. And you can see that that went up. Again, prices tend to they tend to go higher in the spring. And we seem to have had that spring is already sprung. And here are the prices. This red line here are the average sold price, big jump month over month, and the median price, which I prefer for Marin because of our diverse prices, that also jumped quite a bit from last month to this month. We can see those numbers reflected down here with the median price being up 31.7% and the average sold price being up 17.6%. Now don't let those things scare you. You have to look at the quarterly numbers for more context. We just don't have a lot of sales in Marin. Got to look at more stats. So what's that? Instead of being up 31.7%, if you look at the quarterly numbers, it's actually down 8.9%. That's a better number. And instead of being up 17.6% on the average number, it's up 5.3%. So still up, but significantly different. And here is the jump for price per square foot. It went from $751 to $828. Again, prices go higher in the spring, but that seems like a pretty significant jump, right? That is up 10.3% month over month. And how does that relate to this time last year for the entire quarter? Still up 9%. So the average square foot did shift quite a bit in Marin. It'll be very interesting to see how that plays out next month. And here's my favorite chart because it includes so much more information by taking the sold prices for the homes that did sell and then extrapolating how that would have changed the value of all the homes around it. And what we see is when you look at the 12-month change, it's down 1.4%. So see what a difference things makes when you get a lot more data points in there. And for those of you who haven't been here before, this starts in 2008, goes all the way up until now. And you can see that we peaked quite a while ago. We had another peak here. We had another peak here. And it'll be interesting to see how this whole thing plays out technically. If we go below this point here, it might be something significant for our housing market. Now, I know some of you love data deep dives. So here's the plan. Over the next 2 weeks, I'm breaking this data down separately. One video for single family homes and another for condos and townhouses. Why? Because they tell two very different stories. So you're going to want to see both. And if you missed my 2025 real estate predictions, complete with some eye-opening charts you probably haven't seen before, head over to my YouTube channel and check it out. I know it starts with the word urgent, so just use that in your search. And there should be some video recommendations popping up about now. Hey, please subscribe. It helps motivate me to keep doing these videos. Thank you for watching and have a great day.